Canucks fans, though, say Sheriff Shanny's version of justice is a little light. 5 games for a blatant attempt to injure their top scorer doesn't fit the crime.
That's not enough. I think 5 games was the maximum they were allowed with a phone call, but I expected once they brought him in for a meeting it would go to 10 even.
Pretty good amount. It was a pretty dirty, malicious hit, so I think 5 games. I don't think 3 would have been enough. I think 5 sends a pretty good message.
3, that's what they're giving down right now, about 3. It was a bit of payback, though, so maybe that's why the league thought 5, because it was a payback on what Daniel did to him earlier on.
If they're really trying to clean up the league like they keep saying they are, I think they need to start handing out way bigger suspensions for these things. With meeting in person, Shanahan could have laid a really large suspension, and I would have really liked to have seen it.
Life will go on, and we'll continue to win games and win the Stanley Cup this year. The Canucks will.
I like how the Canucks fans all thought it wasn't suitable and the Leafs fan and the Bruins fan thought it was. Well, Canucks anthem singer Mark Donnelly will be belting out "O Canada" tonight at the Panthers and Cougars Junior B playoff game at Panorama Rec Center. The Panthers are bringing Donnelly over from the mainland as part of a special pre-game ceremony for one of their biggest fans. Aiden Love suffered a devastating snowboarding accident in February and is paralyzed from the neck down.
We decided to do this just in support of Joe and David. They're 2 of our they're 2 kids on our team. They're part of our family, and their best buddy is Aiden Love, and so we're supporting David and Joe. And when we were playing Shanahans round 2, he's still in hospital in Vancouver. He said if we can win that round, he would try to come over, and so that's what's happening tonight. Him and his mom are coming over.
Well, it was in that same series against the Shanahans Braves that Zaberski came up with the idea to try to get Mark Donnelly to come and sing and do a talk in the IJHL Finals.
In Game 6, our singer couldn't make it, and so we had the canned music. And I told our announcer, pump up the music a bit on "O Canada." We had a brutal version going, and so he played Mark Donnelly's version at a Canucks game, and it hit me on the bench. Wow, that would be really something if we could get Mark Donnelly over here for a special night with Aiden, and it just all fell together. We're just asking everybody to really get there early, because I'd like to start at 7:30, and we want everybody through. It will be something else.
That'll be a good time. Game 2 of the IJHL Final between the Panthers and the Cougars went last night. Cougs looking to take a 2-0 series lead, and here's a stat for you. The Cougars have had 35 power plays in their last 2 games. They have scored on 15 of them. Second period, look at that little guy. He came to see some goals, and he would be treated to 4 unanswered goals from the Cougars in the second period, breaking a 2-all tie. Victoria scored 3 on the power play last night to win 8-2. They've outscored opponents 28-3 over their last 3 games. Well, it's no surprise to see Cowichan Valley Capitals head coach Jim Ingram spending some time in the rink prior to a big game. But this isn't his rink, and this isn't his team. Coach Ingram was taking some time to himself this afternoon, watching his sons play in a minor hockey tournament in Nanaimo. Cowichan Valley Capitals clawed out a 2-1 victory last night in Surrey to force a Game 6 in their series. Attitude was their biggest weapon.
Played with a shortened lineup. We had a couple of affiliate players up front that did a phenomenal job, and we just have a real positive attitude around us right now, to be honest with you, and we're having a lot of fun. We did not take it too seriously or ourselves last night, and just had a lot of laughs in the dressing room beforehand, and went with just a super attitude, and it paid off for us.
They love their hockey in the Cowichan Valley, and it doesn't get much better than playoff hockey on a Friday night at the Stick. The Caps are expecting a full house for Game 6.
If the calls and the texts that I got are any indication, and what our players got going home last night, we're going to have a pretty full building. The fans have been very good in the first couple of games, but they were midweek games or even a Monday, Tuesday. Not the best night, so a Friday night, Game 6, season on the line. It's going to be a good place to be.
And, of course, we have our first ever Victoria Royals playoff game taking place in Kamloops tonight. Jordan will have all those highlights tonight at 11.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.